Oh, I got caught.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Summer Dreamathon 2020. I'm Adrian VG. Sorry for disappearing. I was having some unfortunate tech issues. Hopefully, we're good now, but hey, I'm back for the next few runs. And right now, we have the man of 1,000 name pronunciations, Tigerion, with the game Deathstate, any percent.
All right. Thank you for the throw over, Adrian. So this is Deathstate. I am insert name pronunciation here. And today we're going to be doing a quick run of the any percent category. So this game is a roguelite single stick shooter. So for those that are familiar with games like Binding of Isaac, Enter the Gungeon, you'll have a good idea of what kind of game this is, except for there's a slight change that rather than having twin stick aiming, you have only one stick for movement, and your second stick is instead tied to a dodge mechanic. So for Enter the Gungeon players, you might be more used to this. The targeting is always based on whatever enemy is closest. And just overall, this game ends up lending itself to a much more kind of defensive mindedness. So if you like this kind of game and you want to kind of practice your basics for dodging bullets, this is a great game for that. I will be playing through as the priest character today. There's a collection of both human and monstrous creatures, but let's try and get into the run, since I will be playing as the character that's most likely to finish a run, but not necessarily the fastest, just to make sure we've got enough time. So time is going to start when I enter this terrible, terrible portal here that is going to make our life terrible. So, in 3, well, we can start the clock on go. 3, 2, 1, go. Thank you. So yeah, as I said, this is a single stick roguelite shooter, so we're going to be going through sets of levels. We've got 4 sets of 4 levels. We'll have 3 kind of normal stages where we're going around fighting monsters, collecting items, and generally powering ourselves up, followed by a boss stage. The sets of 4 can kind of come in different varieties, and as we're going through, we're going to be making sure that we're trying to take as little damage as possible, since you can see my health up in the top left. And then down in the bottom left, you can see that we've got a little picture of ourselves. Aren't we cute in that little aspect stone? And then we've picked up a sword that is floating around us. So the setting of this game is a little bit Lovecraftian in nature. So the story is that our characters are trapped in a library in Miskatonic University, and the professor that has invited us here has gone missing. So we're trying to enter the terrible portal that his machine has created to understand what has been going on. This little altar we could desecrate, but we're not going to do that. We'll leave that for you to figure out what that does when you play through the game for yourself. It makes the game harder, which is not something we want to do on a speed run. But yeah, so we're going to be going through. On each stage, we're generally going to see one box or book or some kind of item that we can pick up that'll be a kind of passive, and then we're also going to be looking for elites that are these kind of red-colored enemies that if you listen closely, you'll be able to hear a laugh, which is actually the developers of the game. And when you defeat them, you get their guts, and then we take their guts and we stick them inside ourselves. Doesn't that make you feel good? But yeah, we're did a little bit of showboating there on the first level to describe the game, so let's try and start moving through with a little bit more gusto. So as we go through, we're going to be picking up these items. The active items that rotate around us are going to be swords and other kinds of weapons, as well as books. So the swords give us either kind of different damage types, or it's going to, in some way, increase our damage. The books have their own kind of attack, and they will be orbiting and increasing the number of attacks that go out. So this book shoots fireballs. And then we're also going to eventually come across relics. They give us new active abilities we can use. So each character comes with their own active ability. The priest comes with the active ability of kind of like a bomb that you would normally see in other kind of shmup games. And that particular effect clears all bullets within a small radius of ourselves. Of all the different characters, you'll kind of find that the priest is the most defensive of the characters. But the other characters will have other things like maybe they'll shoot out bullets around themselves, they'll do maybe desecration damage around themselves. But yeah, as we're going through, we'll just be trying to slowly strengthen ourselves through 3 regular stages, and then we enter a boss fight against some Lovecraftian beast, and this time it'll be Gertrude, the High Star Child. He has a really cool name, but he's kind of a lame boss, actually. But don't tell him that. He's sensitive about it. So yeah, for boss fights, we're just going to kind of rely on our damage, which is a little bit low right now because we're playing the priest character, and we haven't picked up any damage ups. But bosses can drop 1 or more items when you defeat them, and we'll pick them up and then just continue on our way into the second set of zones, where now we have the Graves of Time. Which is very unlucky for a speedrun, because the Graves of Time has very, very mean procedural generation, and that these levels can be giant, and they can be mazes. And in fact, they can be mazes with only one correct path. There are also shops, which we just saw one that would have allowed me to gamble, which I should have done to bless the run, but, you know, sometimes you forget. And here we've got another organ, the Spice-Fed Heart. Gives us health up, and unfortunately gives us a little bit of a luck down. Health tends to come unfilled. This is a Lovecraftian-inspired game. You'd think they would be so nice as to fill your hearts. But yeah, we're just going to continue through, and we've got all these lovely, lovely monsters. Some of them do special things if you stay near them too long. Oh, I hear the boss. You can hear it a leak because you got that nice laugh effect. One thing this game does very well is the audio cues are very good. So you have the ability to kind of figure out where... Ooh, I won the gamble. I haven't done that in a while. But the audio cues are very good, so you can always kind of hear if something dropped to your left, to your right, kind of a forward or back. I will keep the fire book. That is a book that would shoot 3 regular bullets at the 3 closest enemies to me. So just like, you know, all the other kind of roguelites you might know of, as you go through, you'll be unlocking additional weapons and additional items that you may pick up. Some of them are better than others. Enervating Brain is one of the best. It gives me a speed up. It reduces how often I fire, but now my bullets are giant, which works very well with the poison blade that I currently have, which allows me to shoot in bursts. But now we're into our second boss already, so this is Autolish, the Malignant Flesh Beast. And if anyone can figure out how to say Malignant Flesh Beast in Japanese, please let me know. It's an ongoing debate. But he's not great for speedruns because he has health gates. So while he's summoning those pink monsters, he doesn't take damage. So we're just going to sit here and just kind of wait for him. It's okay, we're playing on your time. Do-do-do-do-do-do. But yeah, we're very powerful now. We also have a potion. We could use it. It has a random unidentified effect until we use it, and then it'll identify all potions of the same color for the run. But we don't really need to know what it says, because we're powerful enough without it. We're just going to carry it with us. This is the Vestibule of Carcaris. So we have some cute succubi over here. Please don't get hit by a succubi, because those hearts will invert your controls. Doo-doo-doo-doo. So we're just going to continue through. If anyone has any questions in chat, I am watching you. But yeah, we're just going to... Oh, the elite this time is a blue imp. Blue imps have the great feature of they're usually in the sky and cannot be hit. So I'm not going to fight. Shentak has asked the very important question, and the answer to the cutest character is I. And we will be most certainly ending the stream by seeing I. Did you show say? That's not bad. And this is Amon Morax, champion of the feast. His aim isn't very good. I found this out from watching another runner. If you stick right next to him, he has trouble hitting you. Changes during the second phase, but during the first phase, you can really just meme on him by standing next to him. But yeah, we're playing casual. We're going through slow. And in between stages, we get those nice little interstitials. Many of the characters have wonderful things to say, in case you're curious what, you know, a skeleton thinks. Usually he thinks about the fact that his bones are on fire. It's an important thought. Uh-oh. I see, the Gunwife filling up my chat. Turtle Guy and Gunwife. Actually, this could be better. It is better. But yeah, as we go through, we're now into the final set of levels. We're in the Lost Arcanum. And this will be the zone that kind of sees us out through the end to the final boss. This has been a playthrough of any percent, which means we're going through at the easiest difficulty. I've been kind of playing a bit sloppy. We've been getting through. I was going to say, you're so lucky that Blinky Bluey isn't on Twitch, but you still got Bop there, Nori. But yeah, within this game, there's multiple ways to increase the difficulty. We saw that altar earlier. This game has a very cool feature where you can actually change the difficulty of the run as you're playing. So if you desecrate altars, you will summon a Far Child, and if you defeat them, you'll increase the difficulty of the game for that particular run. So you can kind of change the difficulty dynamically based on how you feel about your current run. There are also other modes like Insanity and Endless Mode. In case you feel like you want to push your luck there. Insanity Mode will set the game to the highest difficulty from the beginning. It's a lot of fun. This game was originally going to be a kind of like a Danmaku bullet hell type game before they went to the roguelike direction. So as you go to the higher difficulties, you will start seeing that there are lots of screens where there are lots of bullets. And you'll get those wonderful things like revenge bullets. But we're already on to the final boss. So this is Primal Id, Soul of the Abyss. Unfortunately, he's just the regular boss, so we won't get to see the true ending. If you want to see that, you'll have to play through the game yourself. It's available on Steam, PlayStation, Switch. Though I've heard the Switch version might have some problems with laser weapons lagging the game. I don't know if that's true. I haven't bought it yet. And now people are memeing on each other in chat. Malignant Flesh and Beast into G-shows heavily. Yeah, see, that's where things get a little strange. But yeah, we never picked up a relic this run, which is unfortunate because there's some really fun effects. Basically, we just kind of got like a really strong thing early, and we got a lot of health, so I can just kind of stand here and just tank through the boss. I don't get to do anything interesting. But time will end right about now. So that is the end of the run. So for any percent, we just kind of go through, we defeat the normal boss, and we get to see this wonderful ending where the priest has learned to love the monsters. Oh, God sanctioned the existence of such abominations. Then, in my darkest moment, I happened to witness a chanced act of spontaneous creation. I've come to learn that even in the midst of an acceptable and awful reality, one can find moments of innocent, sublime beauty. You can see the rest of the story. But yeah, that's Deathstate. So if you like kind of like shooting games and roguelikes, this could be a game for you. If you like to speedrun the game, there's a nice community. We've got a lot of thought behind it. It's a bit quiet right now, but we're always watching for new runners. And I is the cutest.
Alright, well, that settles that. I is the cutest, and GG, thank you so much for the run, Tigerion. Much appreciated. I'm sure the chat loved it. And up next on the Summer Dreamathon 2022, we have Chubbis running Ghouls and Ghosts on the arcade. Stay tuned.